I have to record this video because I am overjoyed with the fact that um, the South African Afrikaners are, to some extent, to some degree or other, being treated as what they truly are, which is refugees. And I'm overjoyed that the United States is opening its arms to these people who have suffered for a long time under very harsh conditions, being discriminated against, being treated as if they're at the bottom of the social totem pole. In the cases of many, particularly farmers, being murdered in some of the most horrific ways imaginable. If you have a strong stomach, I don't recommend it, but if you have a strong stomach, if you aren't convinced about the the state of the Afrikaners' plight, then just look up. If you can still find this, I don't know if you can get on the internet and find this anymore. You know, they may have it. Uh, um, they may have it worked out now, where it just redirects you to other stuff, or to articles saying, no, why do the South African farmers say that they're being discriminated? Why do they talk about the murders? There aren't that many murders. Murders don't really happen. You know, I don't know. I don't know if the internet is reliable anymore. But if there is a search engine that you trust, and that doesn't doesn't have an algorithm that sends you off of the course of where you want to go, if it's an inconvenient topic, then look up South Afrikaner farm murders. And again, it's not something I recommend. But if you have a strong stomach, these are not just straightforward killings. These are murders in aggravated conditions. And of course, now there's threats to their land being taken away, similar to what happened in Zimbabwe with the white farmers there. So I have some connections here because several years ago I visited South Africa and met a lot of really great and interesting people. I was interested in studying, researching the current state of the Afrikaners, and this was way back in 2011. And I don't think things are definitely not noticeably better now than they were then, and things were fairly dire conditions back then. It was really quite amazing to drive around to see where people were living. How if you were in a neighborhood, let's say, in a suburb near Pretoria or near Johannesburg, you basically had to pay for all kinds of security, big fences, barbed wire. That was around every house. They talk about putting up fences, putting up gates, having this these security systems. Why? Because crime was rampant. Violent crime was rampant. Black on white crime was rampant. So that's just the truth of things. I know it jars against the sensibilities of what we're taught to believe. We're told to think white equals the aggressor, and non-white equals the oppressed. And To some extent that was true in South Africa up until 1994 when apartheid came to an end. And since then, that has very much not been the case. And I just remember, I'm not claiming here to be an expert on any of this, but I just do remember the people I met, the friends that I made, and what I saw while I was there. It did leave a lasting impression on me. So thank you. Not to get political, I would say, not to be partisan, because I would say this to anybody who was doing it. Doesn't matter who they were, but in this case, I guess it's the Trump administration that's doing it. So thank you, Trump administration, for opening the doors to these people and letting them leave these, in some ways, many ways, intolerable situations that they face in South Africa and come to a much better place, a much less dangerous place.